Hello, I am Kirsten Reeder, founder of the Vibrant Mom Society, author of Joy in Motherhood, and most importantly, mother of three. And this is Mom Help Monday. And today we are talking about how to make your meal times more meaningful with your family. So today I am going to give you 3 ways that you can make meal times more meaningful with your family. Now, I'm mostly going to focus on dinner time, but if you have younger children at home, then this can apply to any meal that you have with them throughout the day. Okay, so number 1 is ask questions, right? Now, we ask our kids questions all day long, but with these, I mean ask questions that they cannot answer with a yes or a no, because kids are notorious for just answering, yep, nope. And when we say, hey, how was your day? They say, it was good. It was fine. What did you do? I don't know. And so the point of asking these questions is to elicit those responses that are going to actually give you meaningful information. So if you ask things like, what was your favorite part of recess or lunch today? It's something specific. It's not about the whole day. What was your favorite part about all day long? There's too many possibilities, right? But if we narrow it down to lunch or recess, then they're able to think of that specific time and are more likely to come up with an answer. So you can do that with all the other different parts of the day too, right? What was your favorite time, like thing that you did in circle time? Or who was the friend that you played with today? Or what game did you play today? So they can more specifically figure out the answers to those questions, right? Some things that we can ask to help our children think more deeply about others, we can ask, who did you help today? When were you kind? What service did you give to someone today? You could ask, what story did you read? And for younger children who are not going to school, you can ask them what toy they enjoyed playing with the most, or what activity that you guys did during the day was their favorite. Ask who they shared with, if they're in daycare or a preschool, or if they have siblings. So there are a lot of questions that we can ask them that are more specific so that they can find those answers in their memories that they need. Okay, so number 2 is put the devices away. This means your phone, your iPad, your Kindle, your video games, put them away. They don't belong at the table. And I know that you know this. I know that you've heard this before, so this is not something new. But it really is a conversation killer when you're, texting, scrolling Facebook or Instagram, seeing your latest notifications, and your kids are sitting around you at the table, and everybody's supposed to be eating, right? Would you really let them play with stuff at the table? Not likely. So we need to set the example for them and do what we want them to do. And I will admit, I am not perfect at this. Sometimes I'll get a notification and I'm expecting something, and so I'll, try to check really quick. But I really try hard to put the devices away during mealtime. The only exception is as part of number 3, which is play games. Now, sometimes we get talking at dinner in our family, and the kids will ask the question that we have no idea what the answer is, like, what is the population of China? Like, I don't know. And so every once in a while, we'll pull out the phone and ask Google what the population of China is, or something like that. So that's the only exception for when phones can be used at the dinner table. But back to playing games. Our kids love it when we play games at the table. Now, a few years ago, we found this thing called dinner games and activities, and they have it on Amazon, so I will put a link below. But there's just cards in there that have a variety of challenges or games or questions that you can ask your kids. Like this one is like a situational challenge where you say, hey, this is a hypothetical situation. What would you do if this happened to you? They have this one called Counting Moo, and basically it's a simple math game where you just count and then have to use moo instead of the number in a variety of situations. And this one is my kids' favorite. They ask to play this one like in the car when we're on car trips or at restaurants when we're waiting. And it's basically where you start at the beginning of the alphabet with a letter, and then you go to the end naming each thing in order. So say you were using animals, the first person would have to say an animal that started with an A, the next person has to do an animal that starts with a B, etc., all the way to the end. And you can do this with so many different things, like people's names, fruits, different foods, states. Okay, there's not states with all of the letters of the alphabet, but you get the idea. And so when you play these games, it gets everyone involved and more engaged in what is happening. And we learn a lot about our kids from the games that we play at dinner, because it just gives us insight into the way that they think and the things that they're thinking about. And they're more likely to actually eat their dinner, albeit very slowly because we're playing. But they do tend to eat their dinner instead of like fighting about what it actually is, because they're more focused on the game that we're playing. So that is also a benefit. Now, these are your 3 ways to make your meal times more meaningful. And I know that we are all crunched for time. And so the ways that we can make the time that we do have matter and make it count and the most meaningful, I am all about that. So if you are having any struggles at mealtime, I would be more than happy to chat with you about that. Down below, there's a link where you can schedule a call with me, and we'll just talk about what's going on, and I can give you some suggestions on what you can do to make it better. So I hope you have an awesome week, and we'll be back next week for Mom Help Monday. And until then, we will chat later. Bye.